and welcome to the Teaching Corner. Today I wanted to talk to you about the difference between an IEP or an individual education plan and a 504. So if you have a student that has some kind of disability, they may be eligible for an IEP or for a 504. And you may hear those and be like, what's the difference? So the major difference is that a child with an IEP has to fall in under one of 13 categories that the Individuals with Disabilities Act or IDA states, and it has to negatively impact their education. So you have to show an educational need in order for them to fall under this particular category. And what it means is that your child needs specialized services, that your child needs to be taught by a special education teacher, or that your child needs specific therapies in order to be able to access the curriculum. So, you know, this could fall in a variety of ways. It could be that they're in the regular ed class and they're in a co-taught class with a special education teacher in the classroom. It could be that your child needs pullout and that they will go to another classroom with a small group or perhaps one-on-one with the therapist. Or it could be that your child needs a separate setting, that they're in a self-contained classroom for the majority of the day and they need a highly specialized setting like that. So the difference with that in a 504 is in a 504, the child just has to have a disability, but it doesn't have to necessarily be one of those 13. There's a broader range of disabilities that fall under 504. And all of this states is that your child needs some accommodations in order to be part of the curriculum. They do not need specialized instruction. So they don't need the instruction to come from a special educator. So this could be like they get extended time on a test, or maybe they get preferential seating, or maybe they test in a separate setting, but they don't need a teacher giving them specialized instruction. Another major difference between an IEP and a 504 is an IEP has government funding behind it. So a child receiving services through that, there's government funding behind that to support that student to receive that specialized instruction. For a student who's under a 504, there isn't that government funding for that. So realize if you're saying that a child needs an accommodation like an FM system, but they're under 504, there may or may not be funding for that because they are not allowed to use special, IEP service money for 504 money. So just recognize that. But I hope that was helpful, that basically an IEP means your child needs specialized instruction and a 504 means your child just needs accommodations. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!